What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another top 5 match. It's that time of the week again. We're gonna go over top 5 of the best classes you guys should be using in Warzone, in multiplayer, in whatever, in Modern Warfare. I said in a lot, but yeah, guys, I mean, we got some great guns on this list. We got the Grau, the M4A1, the MP7, the MP5. Like, literally, this is going to be a great list, probably the greatest list I've had in a long time for the top 5. So I'm gonna give you guys some great classes for these weapons as well. Super overpowered. But before we do, if you could drop a like on this one, we're gonna go for 2,000 likes on this video. You guys could do it. You guys can smash it for sure. And if that red subscribe button is still red, you gotta press it, man. You don't want to keep it red. That's an ugly color, man. Don't do it. Just press it and turn on those notifications. And let me know down in the comments below your favorite weapon in multiplayer and your favorite weapon in Warzone. Mine are completely different. So in multiplayer, I love the MP5, the MP7, that kind of stuff. But in Warzone, I'm a Grau type of guy, or the M13 and all that. So let me know what yours are down in the comments, and let's start off this top 5 list. So the first one I want to talk about is actually the Grau 5.56, and this class is probably the best Grau class. This is the only class you should be using for this weapon right here. So what you want to use for sure is the muzzle monolithic suppressor. This gives you sound suppression and that damage range. Like I always say, man, you can't get better than that. You can't honestly do it. You get the damage range, which really helps this gun at long distances, but you also get the suppression, so you're not seen on the minimap whatsoever. Now, it does take away ADS speed and aim walking steadiness, but it's all good, man. You don't need that ADS speed on this class. You should be running an SMG with it if you're on Warzone or something like that. And even up close, it's still great. The barrel is the Tempest 26.4-inch Archangel. This is probably my favorite barrel in the game. For all the weapons that actually have this, they just have different names and stuff. It's the one that gives you the most damage range, the best bullet velocity, and the easiest to control recoil. So this is a very good one because you're going to get that extra damage range, especially paired up with the monolithic suppressor, but you're also going to get that bullet velocity. So if you're shooting at someone's head 200 meters away, you're going to be hitting the head. You're not going to be hitting the feet or something like that. Those bullets are going to stay in the air, and you get that recoil control, which is just an added bonus. The laser is the tac laser. Obviously, you want to have that so you could aim down sights faster. You have aiming stability and aim walking steadiness. The ammunition 60 round mags, so you never have to reload this gun. If you see 2-3 enemies up against you, you don't have to waste time trying to reload. And the rear grip is stippled grip tape, but it has a different name on this weapon. It's the XRK Void 2, which is ADS speed and sprint to fire speed, which I think is really great to have. You do want that sprint to fire in case some dude is shooting at you before you could even turn and look at him. You guys can stop, shoot right away, and get him out. So that is the Grau class. What a great one. You guys got to use it. But let's go on to the M4A1. And if you guys saw my video earlier this week, you're gonna know that this class is one that you do not mess with. So it does have a lot of recoil, but it literally only takes 2 bullets to kill people because of the ammunition we're running. It does like 70 damage to the head, so that's like 2 shots right there. If you hit the head and then the foot, they're dead no matter what. So yeah, definitely run this class. It's a great one. And there's some people who tell me it's not a 2-shot class. Yeah, it is, dude. It does 70 damage to the head. If you do that twice, that's 140. And if you're playing multiplayer, people only have 100 damage. There's no way people have more than that. So it's easily a 2-shot gun. Now, the barrel is the FSS 11.5-inch, the smallest barrel you could actually get for the M4A1, and that is because you want the ADS speed and you want the extra movement speed. You don't want to be like really light or heavy, I should say, and running around slow and stuff. You want to be able to move fast, and you want to be able to aim down sights fast. Now, it does take away bullet velocity, but if you're only using this for multiplayer, it doesn't matter whatsoever. Now, it does take away recoil control as well. Like I said, this gun's going to be a little hard to control at those distances. The underbarrel is the Ranger foregrip for that recoil control that we just lost, and aiming stability that we definitely need as well on this weapon. The ammunition, like I said, man, this is the one you definitely need to run, and that is the .458 SOCOM 10 round mags. It gives you damage and it gives you range, and holy crap, is the damage ever good on these bullets right here, on this ammunition right here. Definitely run it. You're gonna be hitting people and they're not even gonna see what comes, but there's only 10 bullets, so for that we got to put the perk on sleight of hand so we could reload faster, and the reload's pretty quick, so you guys don't have to worry about that. And then the last one is the rear grip stippled grip tape for that sprint to fire speed and that ADS speed. You definitely want to have that sprint to fire speed on this class so you could get those shots out a lot faster. Now let's move on to another weapon on the list, and this is going to be the MP5, one of my favorite weapons in the entire game, and literally one of my favorite classes for the MP5, and this is my Warzone class that I use for it. And the reason you guys are going to see in a sec. So we have the muzzle monolithic suppressor. Now you might be thinking, well, you don't want to use the MP5 at long range, and that's true, you definitely don't, but you do want that sound suppression, and I find the monolithic suppressor is much better than the integral suppressor, or whatever it's called. You also get damage range with this one, which is really nice to have. With the other suppressor, you actually lose damage range, so this is definitely the one you want to have in case people are out like 50-60 meters. You're still going to be hitting them pretty nicely. The laser is going to be the tac laser. Now I usually say don't run lasers when playing Warzone, but if you're only using it to aim down sights, which is what this laser is for, it's going to be really nice. You don't have to worry too much. So you get that ADS speed, you get aiming stability, and you get aim walking steadiness. And like I said, the only time the laser is visible when you're aiming down sights, and it should be too late for the enemy anyways. You'll already be aiming at him. The stock is the classic straight line stock for the aiming stability. So when you aim down sights, your gun is exactly where you want it to be. It's not going to be to the left, to the right, or anything like that. It'll be exactly where you want. The underbarrel is the commando foregrip, so you could get recoil stabilization and aiming stability. You do lose some movement speed, but I think it's a very good trade because you get that recoil stabilization. If you are going for those longer shots, you will be able to stick to the target a lot easier. And the rear grip is not going to be the stippled grip tape. It's actually going to be the granulated grip tape for this weapon. Again, we want aim walking steadiness, and we want that aiming stability. So if you guys could be moving left to right, and this gun isn't going to be moving up and down too much while doing so, while you're aiming down sights. So definitely run that MP5 class. Now let's go to the UMP45, the UMP45, man. This is another gun that I gave you guys this week, and I have to say, like, this is a great class, especially for Warzone. And it's not going to be the two-shot class, the one that is an actual burst. We're going to be using the regular class for this one. So you get the muzzle monolithic suppressor, and the reason I say this is great for Warzone because it's nice at range, but it's also a laser. It has super good accuracy. So with the monolithic suppressor, you get that sound suppression and that damage range, like I always say. The barrel you want to run is the 150mm stainless steel for that ADS speed and that movement speed. It is an SMG, so you want to be able to move fast and aim down sights really fast. The underbarrel is going to be the Ranger foregrip. Like I said, you want to make this gun a laser, and this gives you that recoil control and that aiming stability, which is two perfect things to have together. The ammunition is going to be 45 round mags, and this I really suggest running because if you don't, you only get 25 bullets, and if you're playing Warzone, 25 bullets is not going to cut it in a weapon. So you definitely want to have the 45 round mags on, which is the highest you could throw onto this weapon. And the rear grip is pretty much the like I always say, the stippled grip tape, but it has a different name again, and that's FTAC G5 EXO, which I think is a cooler name, to be honest, and gives you sprint to fire speed and ADS speed. It does take away some recoil control and aiming stability, but you don't notice it whatsoever with this gun right here. And the last weapon is probably one that you guys are going to like a lot, and that is the MP7, holding the number 5 spot on this list. And there is no specific order. The MP7 is a great gun, and this is my actual Warzone setup as well for this weapon. So you have the muzzle monolithic suppressor. I think every weapon except for the M4A1 is running the monolithic suppressor. I don't even have to explain what it is. You guys know what it is. The barrel FSS recon, so you get bullet velocity, you also get recoil control, and you get damage range. And the SMG, for all the SMGs, the MP7 is the only one I recommend using if you're going for long shots. It's still good because it holds up, it has its accuracy, it's a laser, and you're going to be hitting those shots. So it's the only SMG I actually recommend using if you are going for the long distance shots and stuff. But if you have no other choice and you have to use an SMG, definitely make sure it's the MP7. It's really good. The underbarrel is going to be that Merc foregrip to make that recoil control a lot easier to control. I mean, it's already a laser, so why not make it even easier? And you also get hip fire accuracy, so if some dude comes up to you up close, you get to hip fire him and hit those bullets really easily. Now the ammunition, 60 round mags, you don't want to go anything lower than that. You definitely want to have it. That's the max ammo you could run on the MP7, and it does take away movement speed, but not by much, dude. It's really still good. It does take away ADS as well, but the MP7's already so light, it doesn't matter. And the last attachment that you want to run on this weapon is going to be the rear grip, and no, it doesn't have a different name. It's actually called stippled grip tape on this one for that ADS speed and that sprint to fire speed. So I mean, this is really good paired up with the actual I should say underbarrel, because if you have that sprint to fire and hip fire accuracy, that is really good to have. The second you're sprinting, you can start firing your weapon, hip firing, and then aiming down sights to hit the target. But that's gonna be it for the video, man. Like I said, if we could go for 2,000 likes, you guys could definitely do it. And let me know your favorite weapon in multiplayer and in Warzone. It better be different. I hope people don't have the same one everywhere, like especially those M4A1 users who don't use anything else. Please use something else. But yeah, guys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Turn on those notifications. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.